Hello and welcome back to Pokemon Silver Nuzlocke Challenge. Mitchell here once again, guys. So, this is going to be part 2 of the Silver Nuzlocke. I realized that the last video was actually almost to the 50-minute mark or something like that. So, I'm going to see if that works out, because that seemed to be a fair chunk of gameplay, and always starting out is always the slowest and usually the most boring. Also, if you guys happen to hear a little bit of sound changes in the audio of the game versus the audio of my voice in between videos parts, that's not that's my recording thing. I'm just trying to find that happy balance, because this emulator doesn't really the emulator mixed with Fraps, which is what I use to record, mixed with my poor headset piece of crap that I use to record my voice. It sometimes juggles the sound a little bit. I think it was pretty noticeable in the last video, looking back on it when I was editing. So that being said, I'm just trying to play around with the audio a little bit. So if it's a little lower or a little higher, you know, bear with it. I'm going to hopefully find that happy balance before too long. So anyways, let's get underway here. So what we originally had, we have Bianca and Littlefoot. Bianca being my Rattata, and Littlefoot being my my Chikorita. So I kind of forget what we were doing. I think we were just continuing on. I remember I was gonna train up Bianca a little bit to like 6 or 7, just depending. I'd get around the same level as Chikorita there, just because it's usually the best idea. Now, this is kind of unfortunate what's going to happen here, potentially, because for many of you that know, Gold and Silver was the first game to introduce a day and night cycle, and as a result, in the morning versus the midday versus nighttime, different Pokemon appear at different times on each route. And some don't appear at all. For example, you know, the owl Pokemon Hoodoo does not appear during the day or morning, only appears at night, with the highest probability of appearing. Instead, Pidgey appears in this route's case. So you can't find Pidgey at night, but you can find Hoodoo and vice versa for the day. So basically what that means is I was kind of hoping on maybe getting a Noctowl. I thought that would be kind of cool to have, but if this video lasts a fair amount of time, or if most of my videos will be taking place during the daylight hours more so than the night, which was the first video, how I'm thinking I'm doing this now, scheduling could change and all that, but we'll find out. But I was kind of hoping on that, you know, get a few more Johto-esque Pokemon. I mean, it wouldn't be so fun if my whole party contained just Kanto Pokemon and not really any Johtos, you know, playing the Johto game and not getting any Johto Pokemon. So this might start off a little slow. I'm just going to be training up, as I said, to maybe level 6, maybe level 7 here in this grass until we continue on, because after we continue this, I believe we have our first trainer battle. So looking forward to that. Now, for those of you who haven't watched my previous Nuzlocke, what I tried to do on the last one was the very last time I did this, what I ended up having done. Man, I'm just going in circles with these word talks. Sorry about that, guys. I just had a bit of a blonde moment there, I guess. I forget what. Oh, that's right. About in regards to things like Bulbapedia and Cerebi and things like that, I try to avoid using those as much as I can. Doing most of this just through gameplay, through trial and error, a little bit of luck, that kind of thing. I don't like I scoured pretty good in my last Nuzlocke for every item because, as we know, I don't allow items when I do Nuzlocke other than the ones you find or are given. So, with that being said, there's no PokeMart usage allowed. And that just makes it a little hard for me. That's a personal choice. That's nothing, that's not a true Nuzlocke rule by any means. That's just something that I decided to make it a little harder for myself. And it adds a little bit of fun too, because if I'm playing the game and, you know, I run out of Pokeballs because I also have the Pokeball limit, but I happen to find a Great Ball or something like that, you know, I mean, that changes things, and that makes the Great Balls and Ultra Balls and things that you might find that much more rare in game. So, you know, and you really want to hold on to those and wait for the right moment rather than just being able to, you know, buy a crap ton of Ultra Balls. So let's see how we're doing here. We're almost to level 7. I think we're just gonna finish this off. I think we're going to battle a couple more guys, travel to the Pokemon Center after this one more time to fully heal up, and with the level 7 leading our party, we're going to continue on up to Route, I think 31, something like that. So, and the only reason I try not to use Cerebi so much is because you could easily, as I said, go through a place like any of the, like the Dark Cave that's really extensive in this game, and I could locate every item and then just solely walk towards those items and make sure I don't miss anything, you know, any secret items that might be in the game. Most of this I just do from memory, from luck, that kind of thing. And just normal trial and error in gameplay. So that's all I was just referencing to for those who haven't watched my previous ones, that I try to avoid using that at all costs. Along with the idea of, you know, I'm pretty knowledgeable about Pokemon at this point, so, you know, I already know what levels most of my team evolves and what moves they learn. But you know, for example, I know in this game that a lot of normal types learn Pursuit. I think Rattatas along with that. I'm pretty sure. I'm almost 100%, but I'm not completely 100. That could have been a 3rd gen edition. I don't know. But I don't know what level, you know, and things like that. And then that just adds to it a little bit. With Nuzlocke, you try to plan as best you can as well. You know, you don't want to waste a TM for something that someone will learn. I mean, most are self-explanatory to anyone who's been playing these games a long time, but you never know. I mean, some Pokemon, you know, might learn Psybeam but don't learn Psychic or Confusion, or those. I find those are usually the ones I find. So we learned Quick Attack, so that's pretty good. But closer to the end, I confess, it's not that I don't use them when I play a Nuzlocke. I do end up using, you know, quickly running through and checking and planning a little bit how best to distribute certain TMs and stuff like that. But overall, I just try to avoid using it for anything other than that. And usually that's more late game things, or if I find a really good TM, something like Thunderbolt, and I'm not sure, or Ice Beam, and I really want to make sure I maximize who I give that to with the best usage and utility and things like that. So that's my rambling on that, on the usage of Cerebi and stuff when I do these things. Now I believe it's this game where Quick Attack was actually stronger, because I think Tackle is now. Well, there was one time where Quick Attack and Tackle were the same amount of damage. I'm not sure if that was ever the case actually, but I thought it was. But I think in this game, Quick Attack is actually, well, obviously it's fast, and it's because it's got priority, but it's also stronger. We can't really test out this theory because Kakuna is using Harden. I suppose I could have done it on the previous battle, but That's alright. So now that we've gotten rid of that Kakuna, we can continue on. Which way was it? No, I don't go this way, but I believe the berries are all back. Which is great. And in reference to the last video, obviously anybody reading who read the description in the last video obviously already knows this, or if they read the description in this video, but previously when I was first recording I wasn't sure about my stance about using held items, because that can add certain things. Now, in regards to things like experience share and stuff like from the first game and things like that, which I don't allow the usage of, held items not so much, because really some of the items are only meant in this game. When held items were introduced, they were only meant so you might find a really good item. Like I always love using charcoal early game, you know, that I know you find early. I believe it's in Azalea Town. You find a charcoal for your fire type Pokemon. I mean, that's good. It ups the fire type moves a little bit. I mean, it's a good thing to use, but it loses all its value if you can't use it. And the only way to use it is to have a Pokemon hold it. So that and it kind of goes against the item clause rule about you are eligible to use anything you find or is given to you in the region. So since you can find held items, I'm going to allow the usage of them, berries and everything included. You still cannot buy anything from any type of shop or anything like that, but at least I hope that just clears it up a little bit for those of you who still didn't read the description. That can be boring sometimes, so I understand. Trying to find more Pokemon, huh? So that's what I've decided to do there. That since I found a berry, I'm eligible to let them hold it or use it as I see fit. Held items are completely allowed. If there's something that really makes that unfair, a certain item combination I'm not thinking of with a certain Pokemon, or something like that along those lines, then that will be in the description under another sub-rule in the description there. So we usually took care of the first trainer. And here's our second trainer, who is another youngster. This one's named Mikey, and he's got a Pidgey. So we're definitely going to get ourselves to a promising level 8 with Bianca. Just spamming that quick attack. And the stats are, and this is where it first split from special to special attack and special defense. So there are 2 stats now for special. So well, we're just going to set out Littlefoot just for a change of pace. Level 8's fine for right now. Tail Whip's not going to do very much to me, because this Razor Leaf, if not this one, the next one should kill it. I think this one will though. And it does. Razor Leaf's a little overpowered for a level 9, but I mean, each time I find a lot of changes each time I play a new Pokemon game. We have some trainer tips. I'm not a trainer, but if you look one in the eyes, prepare to battle, I'll be sure to do that. Instead of a bug Pokemon, I found a trainer. Yes, you did. So now we're passing Mr. Pokemon's house there on the right through the cut bush, or tree, or whatever people like to think of it. Small trees. And right above this trainer, I believe, is where the next route starts. So I always am finicky about whether that patch of grass to my left is the new route or not. I don't think it is, but I didn't run into anything in it anyways, so I don't have to bother counting it. My encounter can, I know the next right above him is a new route, and that will be hopefully our next catch. So now we take down this bug catcher who just basically had Caterpies galore. And it's right there, yeah, I remember that. There was always an indication of some sort when you were going to a new route. And it was my mother. And you are allowed, I don't know if I added this in the sub-rules, I forget, but you are allowed to let your mom save your money, and when she does buy you items such as super potions and stuff, they are eligible for use. Obviously, once again, revives and max revives and the like are not eligible in a Nuzlocke, but anything else, anything she buys you is totally legit. Alright, so here's our third chance to get a new Pokemon, and it is a Weedle. A male Weedle level 4. So let's just give him a little tackle, a little love tackle, and that's more than enough. Don't poison me. Oh, that's not good at all. I do have a poison cure berry, a self-cure for poison hold. I believe that means I have to be holding it when I'm poisoned. When I get poisoned. So that's not good. Though we did catch the Weedle, I only have 13 health. I might have to waste some berries and really either run back, which would be closer. I don't know. See, it's already getting intense with this whole poison thing, right? I mean, with the hairy bug Pokemon, it attacks using a 2-inch poison barb on its head. It can usually be found in the leaves it eats. So we're going to give a nickname to Weedle, our new friend, who might just end up being a Beedrill. See, I always forget because the first gen really made bug Pokemon really weak. There wasn't a whole lot of bug moves. Pin Missile and String Shot being, I believe, the only ones. After that, though, there was, there was abundance of things added. Dark-type moves, of course, being the biggest addition, and moves changing. I believe Karate Chop and Bite both changed, and things like that. So I don't know if Beedrill gets a good moveset compared to his first gen or not. So. But as I said before in the last video, I suck at naming and I'm very unoriginal. I normally take things from other franchises of movies or video games or something. What am I going to name? What should I name a potential Beedrill? A bug-type Pokemon. What could I be naming? And this is also another part, along with my rambling, this is one of the things that takes the longest, is me deciding on names. I'm always very bad at that. I think what I'm gonna do is, see, I'm a huge fan of the new Marvel Cinematic Universe and stuff. I think I'm gonna name Weedle. I'm gonna name him Scott. Scott after Ant-Man from the Marvel Cinematic Universe. I know that's a little lackluster, after such a long decisive period, but Scott. Now, what is closer? I wonder if I would make it. I might make it. Because I don't believe I can use that Poison Cure Berry. Oh, yes I can. But should I save it? Or should I use it? See, these are some of the tough decisions you have to make in a Nuzlocke because poison is pretty rampant. I don't want to be caught in a rocket hideout or in a gym or something with no ability to heal a poison. Oof. I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna run back. I think it's closer. I'm gonna count the number of those I get, and hopefully, how close am I now? Should be pretty close. 5 more, so without risking it too much. Now I'm gonna use a berry, as I know, or maybe I'll just use a potion. I could just use berries. Berries grow on trees, quite literally. They're not a rarity item. Now I have 12 HP to get myself back there, and hopefully this Pidgey will let me escape. Or just in the off chance it doesn't, I'll switch out into Littlefoot here. My Chikorita Littlefoot, just in case I wasn't able to run away. And yeah, we'll see. I really do have to remember what Beedrill's moves, what it learns. I think it does get a half decent moveset, enough to have 2 or 3 decent enough attacking moves. Or at least it could be a staller, it could be a hazard setter of some sort. Though I know utility and such is much more Butterfree's mandate. Now I have to make absolutely sure, because I would not want to. Yeah, I have 3 HP left. I can make that one jump. So perfect. Only used 1 berry, not a big deal. And now that I know it's not just a hold item, that's good to know. And I believe there's a tree right out here, isn't there? And since isn't there? It's right up here. Yeah, so this should have grown another berry. So now we basically replaced the berry, one of the berries that got used, which is good. And I could go get another poison cure berry, because I believe that was up by Mr. Pokemon's house. I don't know. Should I really waste my time doing that? I mean, there's probably plenty of places, but I mean, I don't really know when I'll be coming back here. Other than, well, obviously, if I do need a poison cure berry, I'm pretty sure I won't know until I really need it. And it's not that far. It's not that far. I might as well. I mean, in a Nuzlocke, you have to stay stocked. You gotta stay stocked up and ready for anything. So to actually pass by the potential to have basically an antidote when poison is going to be not prevalent through the whole game, but you know, there's a lot more Pokemon, a lot more different chances to get poisoned than so much in Gen 1. So we'll see what we can do. And if we beat this Pidgey, I mean, we should be able to. I understand Weedle's a very weak Pokemon, but our buddy Scott is going to lead us to victory. I'm banking on Scott to really shine. Yes, so there's my Poison Cure Berry. Now I don't know if I can heal up right here and then just drop down. I'd like to, just so I can keep Weedle out. I don't think I can. No, I don't think I can at Mr. Pokemon's house. So we'll just continue on. I mean, he's just going to be a switch. He's going to be switched in and out just to gain a few levels. So what do we run into here? Another Pidgey. Level 2 Pidgey once again. I wonder if I could get the poison off this time. That would be nice. Get the poison. There we go. poison early on, that might make a difference. It might not. That tackle hurts a lot. That's 4 damage. I don't think I can. I really don't think I can kill this thing. That's 3 damage. I probably could, but I don't know if I want to take the risk. That'd be really shitty if I lost my newest member Scott based on something like that. So we're just gonna quick attack it really quick, and as I said, that's what Scott's gonna have to do for a while. Just be a switch in to some wild Pokemon and stuff for the initial training. And once I get to Violet City, I'll probably have to train him up. You know, because I can't just walk around with a Weedle this whole time. It will die. And we're gonna switch into Bianca again. I really should be running away from the wheel because they're just going to use Poison Sting. This one used String Shots, so not totally terrifying. Almost killed it in one hit. And if I have long pauses like that, guys, normally I'm just having a drink of some sort. So to keep my throat from becoming dry with all the rambling and talking I end up doing, of course, in the narration of one of these videos. I'm hoping, and it shouldn't be that bad to be in and done the first gym by the next video. This video probably won't see me going into the gym. I really doubt it, otherwise it would be quite a bit long, because I'm not there yet. But either close to the beginning or the middle of the next video, part 3 should already see me getting my first gym badge. So, and I think I like it that way, you know, not taking so much time. You know, having shorter videos and having these longer ones really would be a lot better. We'll run into another Weedle here. Level 4 female. My buddy Scott would be able to take on his female counterpart, but not today. So we're gonna go into Littlefoot. He's gonna use Poison Sting, which is of course super effective because I am not a poison type. And just for the fun of it, I'm gonna go for the not very effective Razor Leaf just to see. And obviously my attack stat isn't as high as I'd like to believe, or my special attack actually, because grass, I forget if that's Gen 1 or Gen 2 that keeps that. I know Gen 1 does, where moves were designated as such, and I'm pretty sure it wasn't until Gen 4 where that changed. But we'll see. I might have to look that up just to confirm, so I don't, you know, start teaching guys with high attack stats moves that are considered special or something like that. So I run into another Weedle. I'm gonna go into Bianca again. And I know some of you might be sitting there thinking, anybody who's watching might be thinking, you know, you're really, you know, it's really a waste of time. You're not gaining that much experience by doing these switch-ins, and you're taking a little bit of damage here and there, you know, on your guys, and you still need to go a little bit of ways to get to Violet City, you know. And yeah, that's true. I mean, I'm taking a little chip damage here and there every time, but I think I'll still be alright. Dark Cave. Pokemon could light it up, I'd explore it. If I had a Pokemon, I think is what he said. And there I found an antidote, so look at that. I was 5 steps. I'm sure anybody who really plays this game and knew there was an antidote up here thought I was being a moron by going all the way back now. Dark Cave. It would be nice to include another Pokemon. I suppose we can go in and potentially see what's in there. This is Dark Cave after all. Maybe we'll do that in a minute. Maybe we'll come back, because I know I'm really close. I know I'm close to Violet City. It's Fruit Berry Tree. I got a Bitter Berry. I believe that cures paralysis or something like that. What does that cure? I was never a huge fan of berries or puffins or anything like that, so I don't. It's for confusion. All right, confusion. I don't. I usually don't remember what all those different berries do. I enjoy watching competitive battling, and I do a little bit of it myself, but I always have to double reference the different types of berries that people could be running. So anyways, let's go into this battle here. I caught a bunch of Pokemon. Let me battle with you. I suppose I could do that. We can see exactly what this person is carrying. Caterpie. That's nice, I suppose. You know, level 2 Caterpie. Just do some tackling, and I suppose it might have been a good idea to have Scott starting, just to you know, get a little bit of the experience here, but that's all right. Another Caterpie comes out, and we'll just keep on tackling. So that is how we roll. And their tackle didn't do very much. Sent out another, now it's a Weedle. Now that's a little scary, only because Poison Sting is super effective. Could poison me, it would really suck. It does a fair amount of damage, and I got the poison, so that really does suck. So I'm going to tackle and get rid of this Weedle, but I might have to switch it to Bianca. I know I'm definitely going to have to use one of those poison cure berries. Or maybe not. 15 steps wouldn't be so bad. I'm going to switch into Bianca here to take out this last Caterpie. And then I'll have to see what I'm going to do, if I am actually going to need anything like that or not. Or if I can just make it to the Pokemon Center in time. I doubt I can. I'm probably going to have to use one of the berries. So there we go. We defeated Bugcatcher Wade, which is nice, which is good. So I have 15 health, but I am poisoned, so can I make it there in the... I ran into a Pokemon, that's why I switched, of course. It's just a Pidgey. Level 3, we'll have Bianca take care of it, just to get that level. We're gonna want them all to be around level 10. Obviously, probably even before we hit Sprout Tower. Considering Bianca is almost there, and Weedle won't take that long. Found a good Pokemon in Dark Cave. I'm going to raise its stake on Faulkner. He's the leader of Violet City's gym. And I'm taking quite a few. I don't know. I have 8 left. But there it is, so I'm totally fine. That's 6. So I didn't end up having to use a berry or anything anyways. So that's good. You know, I mean, I don't want to be making mistakes like that just because I let myself get poisoned or got greedy with the grinding and things like that. So now that we're here, we can go buy 5 more Pokeballs, which we should do. I'm gonna also go and I gotta find the PokeMart. There it is. Alongside of doing that, buy our 5 Pokeballs. I'm also going to go to Dark Cave, back to Dark Cave as I said I was going to do, and yeah, catch ourselves potentially another member of the team. Now, there might be a Johto Pokemon in there, but I really doubt it. I think it's just the standard Geodude and Zubat combination that are in so many games. So we're about to see. We're going to see what is there's an item up there. And our Pokemon is a Zubat, a male level 2 Zubat. I'm pretty sure a tackle would take this thing out. But I wonder if throwing a Pokeball at it wouldn't be so bad. I mean, I'm not against getting myself a Crobat now that we're in Gen 2. Even though it is only level 2, that is the worst level I could get a new Pokemon at. The Bat-type Pokemon is capable of flying safely in dark places. It emits ultrasonic cries to check for any obstacles. So we are definitely going to name our Zubat, who has such a cute little icon. I'm going to name this one Alucard. Dracula spelled backwards. After pick an Alucard in any anime, video game, or something, and just call it that one. How about that? I believe last time I called one Batman. So this time I'm going with Alucard. So let's take a look at our new friend here. Leech life and shitty stats, but it's only level 2. So not bad. We'll see what we can do. Though I think that's basically gonna end this video now, for now, guys, because you know I think we've done a good. I think we're over a half hour, and that's not bad. You know, I think we're looking at another 40-minute odd video. So I'll probably at the beginning of the next video I'll grind up my guys a little bit here before tackling Sprout Tower. I always end up doing Sprout Tower before Falconers. I don't even know if you can. You might be able to do Falconers before Sprout Tower. Pretty sure you're able to. But I always do Sprout Tower first, and then I go and do the gym. So next video should be a little grinding, a little. We'll probably finish off the part 3 with the gym battle, unless Sprout Tower takes longer than I think, or grinding takes longer than I think here. Doing a little training in the grass. And as I said, for any of those before who didn't see the last video, I will be doing a little bit of this every single time. Every single time I enter a new route or something, get a new Pokemon, just level them up and get them in the right way. That way I'm not stuck near the end of the game like last time and doing sped up 30-minute, 2 or 3 30-minute videos in a row just to grind up to the proper levels. That's not fun for me to do. It's not fun for anybody to watch, and it didn't work out the best. If I have to do one grinding, I wouldn't mind one grinding video before the Elite Four. I mean, I kind of expect to have to do that just to make sure that everyone's, you know, I want to win. I mean, I do want to win, so I mean, a certain level, certain amount of grinding would be necessary. But outside of that, I don't really see the. I just want to keep doing a little bit of grinding every video, and hopefully not have to do so much come late game or the end game. So anyway, thank you so much for watching, guys. I'm sorry I've been rambling so much this time. Once again, I'm basically new again at this because I haven't done it in a while, but hopefully that will change and I'll be doing way more. So to anybody who's watching, please like, subscribe, comment, whatever you feel like doing, and we will see you back here next time for Pokemon Silver Nuzlocke Challenge Part 3. Till then, stay tuned, and we'll see you. Hello and welcome back, guys, to Pokemon Silver Nuzlocke Challenge Part 3. Mitchell is your host here once again. So, at the end of our last video, we got ourselves to Violet City, which is pretty good timing. There was a bit of a poison dilemma going on in the last video, but now that should be pretty much behind us. We've added two new members in the last video. We added Scott the Weedle and Alucard the Zubat. which, as I said, I'm pretty excited for because I'd like to have a Crobat. Crobats are awesome. It's just plain simple. Crobats are great, and I've never really gotten to use one, definitely not back in Gen 2. I remember liking Crobat, but was never a fan of doing the happiness thing. So the only happiness Pokemon I ever ended up getting was an Umbreon every single time I got that Eevee. So from Bill. So we are going to be doing a grind right now, right this very minute. All I'm going to end up doing is grinding up Scott and Alucard a little bit. Bianca's almost level 9, but she'll get some switch-ins here to help, especially Alucard here in the grass here to level up a little bit. Once they're looking to the, once Scott will be nearly a Beedrill and Alucard will get a few levels, we can move on to Sprout Tower. I'm hoping that this won't take too long, and by the end of the video we will be in the gym or have beaten the gym. If not, it'll definitely be at the beginning of the next video. So, anyways, let's just start with Scott here and do a little bit of grinding outside Violet City. So at least we're running into some level 5 Weedles. That's pretty exciting. So if my Poison Sting doesn't do much more than that, this would take forever. And I don't feel like things taking forever, so I'm going to switch out into Bianca. Because I'm so close to Violet City, I don't care if I get poisoned. I can just run straight to the Pokemon Center. I didn't even know you could run into level 5s up in this grass. As I said back, I think this was the first video. In this game, levels they don't really jump very much from route to route around this region, so I don't really know what they were thinking with that. Maybe to make the game harder, to make Red more challenging, to get high enough levels to fight him. And look at that, we run to a Bellsprout so close to Sprout Tower. Who would have figured? Well, if all he's got is Vine Whip, I should be able to beat him out with Poison Sting and get myself a hefty amount of experience. I'm not sure if you can even get a Leaf Stone in this. A Bellsprout would have been cool to have, but of course I already have a Chikorita. I don't really need another grass type. But I don't even know if you can get a Leaf Stone without buying one in this game. Not sure where you get a Leaf Stone from. Even so, it doesn't matter because, of course, I already have my Littlefoot. So we managed to beat that thing out and gain ourselves a nice little chunk of experience there. More than halfway to level 6. And now I run to Kakuna, who I could probably do the same thing to, but it would take forever. So we are just going to switch into Bianca here. And Kakuna is of course just going to keep hardening. And I'm going to just keep quick attacking until I kill him. And there goes our level 5 opponent. So Bianca's now level 9, like I wanted. Definitely going to get her to level 10 as well. Because that's what Littlefoot is at, and I'd like to keep those two pretty even. I'd like to have Rattata available for anything any like bug types or something, anything that is going to be a threat to Littlefoot based simply on type difference and type advantage. So that's why I want to keep at least one of these Pokemon close to my starter's level. Ideally, of course, you want them all to be the same level, but sometimes that doesn't really happen, and I'm not going to spend the whole video here grinding until they're all level 10. So we'll just continue on the way we're doing. And now our buddy Scott is level 6, one level away from evolving into a Kakuna. That's kind of exciting, even though Kakuna's not really good for anything. And we have ourselves another Weedle. Which we are going to, of course, once again, switch. I might just end up, I don't know if it would work. I wonder if my level 2 could kill if I run into another one of those Kakunas at level 5. Maybe there is even a level 6. Let's go switch up to Alucard and have a really long battle of Harden versus 1 damage Leech Seeds. The amount of experience that we get. But then again, I could just, if that were the case, nah, that wouldn't really work out because I'd still be splitting it because I don't want to lead with Zubat right now. And I guess I should have because there's a Kakuna. It would be helpful to run into a few more Bellsprouts here. Only because this is going to take longer if I can't attack effectively with the one I'm training. And Poison Sting wouldn't do much to anybody anywhere else. There's no real move in this. 25 experience at a time. I mean, that would have been a nice 50 to have. And there's a Bellsprout, level 3. So this should give a fair little bit of experience. If only it was grass type only, then this would be doing so much more damage. 'Yes, that Vine Whip won't be doing very much to Scott at all, doing 1 damage at a time. Even a critical hit would only be about 3 damage. And now we are officially in the yellow, but it doesn't matter because Bellsprout is now dead. And there's another little boost for 36 experience. We will get our, we'll get him up to our level 7 like we want, and go from there. So, this might not be so bad, having a Pidgey, doesn't really do very much. I'm sure that tackle does quite a bit. Yeah, 3 damage, I don't really feel like taking a chance on that one. So we're gonna go into Bianca here. They're averaging out at about 20, anywhere from 20 to, with a Kakuna, about 50 experience. I'm just curious, if I run into Zubats and Judus, how much do they give me? That is something I would like to know. Actually get a chance to run into anything. Oh, it's a Dunsparce. Well, I never actually wanted one of those. Anyways, I don't even know what the Dunsparce can do to me. Should I go for an attack? I only have 7 health. It might be a little risky going straight for an attack. Sure, a level 4 Dunsparce. What would they have? Tackle? I would think that would be the only thing they would have. I'm gonna go for a poison sting and see what happens. That does very little. Oh, it's got rage. That's... Whoa. And a critical hit, too. That's not good. We're gonna make sure we kill this thing. Going into Littlefoot and Razor Leafing. This rage is a little scary. It might not do much now, but it will keep growing. I wonder if they're common in this cave. I thought that was supposed to be pretty rare. 42 experience too. That's not a small amount. Now Zubat. Let's see how much a Zubat gives us. Level 2. Obviously, we're gonna switch out from the Zubat because now our main contender there has a little bit of a health issue. And we'll stay in this cave. These guys are gonna give good experience like that Dunsparce did. Zubat gives next to nothing. That's the lowest I've seen. I don't really know if it's all worth it. I really don't know if this is worth it. Zubats aren't going to give me much experience, especially at level 2. If I ran into some Geodudes and Dunsparce a lot, then it wouldn't be so bad. But Zubats are kind of making it worthless. Just gonna go for the quick attack on these Zubats. Take them out and see. Scott did go to his level 7 that I needed. And Scott is evolving into our first evolution of the Nuzlocke. So now we have ourselves a Kakuna, which of course learns Harden, and isn't really much good to me until it becomes a Beedrill. Even then, I really don't know if they'll really be any good. They weren't really in the first gen. I can't expect them to be now. And hopefully I can get myself out of here. Now we run into a Geodude. Here's our first Geodude. We'll see how much a Geodude can give. Obviously my best move, or my only real move against this, is going to be the Razor Leaf from Littlefoot. Super effective hit, of course, times 4. 18. That's still not very good. I mean, the Dunsparce did pretty well, but outside of the Dunsparce, the cave isn't really much better than outside. I mean, they can't really attack. Neither of my Pokemon can really attack the Pokemon here either. I guess I'll just keep on the route that's outside and go from there. Let's do another quick attack here. Now the card did go to level 3 quite easily. Of course, he was only level 2. And thankfully I'm able to get the hell out of here. Level 4 Geodude is going to take a Razor Leaf to the face. Or to the everywhere, because I'm pretty sure Razor Leaf hits you all over. Now that's the face. A tackle from a Geodude. That's literally a face tackle. And we get an unnecessary critical hit and 24 experience for each Pokemon. Zumbats being as common as ever. And we get leech lifed. That's not a big deal. It's full health anyway. I won't do anything against this quick attack other than survive. Surprisingly. But that leech life did nothing anyways, and now we have a level 4 Alucard. So the grind is not going too bad. It's a little slower than I'd like. I'd like to move on sooner than later here. But I also don't want to get greedy and rush things and then get caught in a trap where I have to sack one of my new additions. Let's see what a leech life will do to a Weedle, probably next to nothing. Yep. Everything is always next to nothing. But that's alright. That's what we have Bianca here for. To take hits like a boss. Or not even take a hit at all. String shot and it missed. And then we're gonna quick attack one more time after this and get rid of that Weedle that's standing in our glorious pathway to victory in this silver Nuzlocke. Seem to be running into a lot of Pokemon in this here grass. A lot of Weedles kicking around. Must be having a union meeting or something in the grass. I mean, where else would you have a union meeting? If someone can think of something better, please let me know, or not let me know. Let these Weedle know because they're obviously looking for a place. And here we take a poison sting to the face. But we don't give a crap about that. We're just tackling for days. 2 tackles, get rid of a level 4 female Weedle like it's nothing, and then we move on. And officially it just went nighttime on me. So I could potentially now get a Hoot Hoot. That would be pretty cool. I don't even know what their movesets are. I don't know if they can. I don't even think back then they could learn anything really good for being kind of like a Golduck with wings. I say that because Golduck isn't a psychic type, even though, yeah. Anyways, so that's cool. Nighttime. We'll keep training Alucard for a minute here. As I said, I don't need them to be level 10 in here. I just want them to be, everyone to be level 10 by the time I reach Faulkner's door. And then we have Ratatats appearing at level 4. That's not terrible because that means I can actually do some leech lifing here. But Tail Whip's a little scary because I don't really pack much of a punch, as you can see. I wonder what level I learn a half-decent move, if I ever do. And that tackle scares me right out of there. Right completely out of there. Into my buddy, Scott. The Kakuna. Who's going to use Tail Whip, but I have Poison Sting, which I don't expect to do too much more than that. Leech Life, these moves are not the greatest. But a few more Poison Stings will set this Rattata on the right path. Gotta keep them on their toes. That's not a terrible split. 16 each, I suppose. Level 4, I mean, It's better than the Zubats in the cave, gotta give it that. And now we bring out our own Rattata to counter this male one in our way. And Alucard grows to level 5. So now we have ourselves a level 5 Alucard. And now we fight a level 5 Rattata, who we are totally not going to fight with Alucard. That's what Bianca's for. And we'll go for the quick attack, of course, which does over half, and it'll be very easy to take this thing out. Not a bad hit on his part either. With the oh, now what? Ooh, it's a Hoot Hoot. So we ran ourselves into a Hoot Hoot, who I believe could have packed potentially, and that would be bad for me, so I'm going to run away into our owl-killing, fierce Bianca. And that will take care of the Hoot Hoot. Very little problems. Didn't give that great amount of experience, but I'm not expecting much from this grass. I think once I get Alucard up into the level here, I might just head to Sprout Tower. Anyways, this is just needed to give, because level 2 was quite a bit too low. And I mean, Scott's already a Kakuna. 3 more levels, be a Beedrill, not a huge deal. I might just cut this part short because it's getting a little tedious already, even though it hasn't been that long. It's getting a little tedious, so I might run into Sprout Tower, and then maybe near the end of the video, run in, do the grind, and then at the beginning of the next video, actually enter the gym fully prepared. But we'll see. And since Sprout Tower is not a gym of any function, I can come and go as I please as I make my way through it. In case anybody was curious to know how I was going to handle places like Sprout Tower and the like, they do not act as gyms, so let's see what a Leech Life can do to this Bellsprout. Very little of anything. Well, Vine Whip will only do 1 damage because it's not very effective against poison or flying, for that matter. I forget if Zubats is flying right now. I think it is. Actually, what am I talking about? Of course, Zubat is flying type, along with being poison type. So all those Vine Whips are not doing very much of anything, and I'm of course gaining my 1 health back at a time, so I'm not actually losing any life, even little chip damage to this Bellsprout. And this might be a good strategy against the monks in Sprout Tower, assuming their Bellsprout have actually more than just Vine Whip. And it looks to me like 1 more Pokemon, and we will be up to Sprout Tower. Sprout Tower, Sprout Tower, Sprout Tower. And there we have a level 4 Rattata. And once again, I'm going to bring my own out. My my second caught Pokemon, followed after my starter. And we will be quick attacking it until it will fall. And I certainly need to visit the Pokemon Center. My god. 7 HP left. Alucard also reached level 6 and learned Supersonic. That's not bad for stalling. Doing a little bit of damage potentially. And here we go. Now let's talk to our favorite nurse, Nurse Joy, of course. And my Pokemon are fully healed, that's great, and now we can make our way to Sprout Tower. And here it is. You see, this tower is filled with Ghastly. Oh, it's nighttime. A female Ghastly. I wonder if I should try to catch that. Probably. Probably. Do I have anything that can hurt it though? Don't think I really want to. That's not going to do much of anything. I don't even know what it has. Hypnosis. That's not good. Maybe a Supersonic, maybe let it hit itself a little bit. Lick only does 2 damage at a time. Not a big deal. I can sit here and sleep all day while it licks me. And that sounded a little worse than I actually intended, but whatever. So it's going to use Hypnosis. I'm already asleep. I'm still asleep. I really hope I wake up soon, though. And I'm still not waking up. And then I woke up, used Supersonic, it didn't affect, and he's gonna put me back to sleep, isn't he? Alright, it's a normal type move. That's not gonna hit anyway. What was I thinking? I'm thinking, actually, I'm going to hit Pokeball. I think this is... See, I must really be overtired at this point, guys, because I had a very long night the other night, and I did catch the Ghastly anyway, so that battle was pointless. But I had a very long night where I did not actually get any sleep. I had to drive my better half to the airport, and her flight got delayed a bunch and then rescheduled and such, so basically we lost a whole night of sleep waiting for the airport and the plane and such like that, and then I went to work, and so now I'm back here you know, kind of late, and just trying to keep my eyes open and stay pumped. I just wanted to make sure I got this video because I'm not sure if I'll be able to I'll be pretty busy at work this week, and I just wanted to make sure that I would have a few videos out there on YouTube in case there was going to be a lot of work on in the next few days and I wasn't going to have time by the time I get home and such to make any. So anyway, we did catch a female Ghastly, a gas-type Pokemon. Its thin body is made of gas. It can envelop an opponent of any size and cause suffocation. Of course, we are going to nickname this Ghastly that looks like a Gengar right now. A female ghost. A female ghost. I'm going to be pretty unoriginal now and call this thing after the Elite 4 member who loves Gengars and Gaslies and Haunters. And name this one Agatha. So now we have another new friend. Yes, I am Ash Ketchum from Palatown, and all Pokemon are my friends. We've got another addition to the team, and it's a level 3 Ghastly. I know they can be extremely helpful, but I won't be able to evolve this one into a Gengar because I still have not figured out how to do the emulator trade thing. Not a big deal, but I'm not sure how to do it yet. So if I figure it out, great, but I'll maintain Agatha in the back here just for a little bit before deciding whether I'm actually going to use them. And here we run into our first trainer who says, however hard we battle, the tower will stand strong. Well, alright then. So now we're going to fight Sage Nico. He's got the Bellsprout level 3. And I'm just going to be Leech Lifing. Which doesn't do much. Vine Whip's going to do next to nothing. 1 damage, even with a critical hit. I'm going to Supersonic just to cause problems with the Bellsprout. Do a little extra damage, potentially, while I'm Leech Lifing. I'm just not sure if I'll be... I understand that Gengar is an amazing Pokemon, of course, always has been. In fact, in my last Nuzlocke that I was talking about in a previous video, that was not recorded, but it was successful, I ended up using a Gengar, and that thing wrecked through most of the Elite Four, and it was just wonderful. But I also understand the fact that the point of a Nuzlocke, of course, I've explained it before. What it's become is a way to use Pokemon you wouldn't normally use, hence the rule about catching 1 Pokemon per route, and that's the Pokemon, and you have to use it, those kind of things. And so to use a Pokemon I just finished using, knowing it's good and stuff, isn't ideal for what I wanted this to be. That being said, I'm not against using it, using the Ghastly. But we'll see where I go. We'll see where I go with it. And if it's decided that I use it, then I'll be raising that one too. But for right now, not at least in this video, I will not. Hope not. If I end up using it, it'll be for a switch in because something else is gonna die, which I hope doesn't happen. I really am. I'm not banking on losing this early in the game. But we'll see. I want to Supersonic this thing because that Confusion does more damage than my Leech Life. So if I get a few more Confusions on it, it'll die way quicker. And I must have really underestimated, because I'm already confused, that's right. I must be really, I really must be overtired, and I didn't mean to drabble on about my personal life on a Pokemon game Nuzlocke video on YouTube, so once again I apologize for that, for hopefully the last time I end up doing that. Now I gotta learn to actually just go have naps and such instead of trying to play Pokemon. And we did kill that thing with Confusion, so that's always nice. But yeah, my timing is also off too because I thought I could easily clear Sprout Tower and be out there doing a little more training, but at this point, the way it's looking, I won't be able to make that because I'm trying to, as I said, I'm trying to keep the videos long, but still not these whole hour episodes. And I'm pretty sure I didn't check the time when I started, but I have a pretty good idea what it was. And now I think we're almost at the half-hour mark already, or we're close to it. So, and as I'm talking, guys, I'm actually reading something here. So that's why I keep spamming confusion, even though I know. Or I keep spamming supersonic, even though I know Bellsprout's still confused. So that's not a misclick, that's me simply not paying as much attention to what's going on here. Yeah, that's really crazy how fast the time went for just that little section of what I did, that tiny bit of grinding, and this just starting the sprout tower now. I mean, it's quite a it's not as short as I previously remember, but maybe I'm just simply remembering running through it faster. I mean, I didn't do it as a Nuzlocke the first time. I was probably running through with a Syndical or something and embering everything, and that was the end of it. So now we have a level 7 Alucard. That's good. He got themselves up to level 7. We'll continue on for a minute here. I mean, you know, we can let the video run a little longer. Not more than usual. I don't want to, as I said, I don't want to be getting into these hour-long videos by any means, but I'm sure we can go find ourselves another trainer or something. So we found an item on the ground, and it is a Paralyze Heal. So that could be helpful. And here we have our second trainer in Sprout Tower, saying we stay and guard in the tower. Which is why I take it they're here. I thought they were just praying myself, but praying with Pokemon? Well, I mean, I suppose they could pray with Pokemon. So Sage Chow, a Bellsprout, and I really have nothing against these things. I'm using like Pokemon that don't really have very good moves yet, and so these battles are taking way longer than they actually should be. But I can kill this thing with Poison Sting. It can't really kill me or do more than 1 damage per hit. So we're just going to be spamming some Poison Stings until we get rid of this Sage Chow's Bellsprout. There goes the first Bellsprout. 54 experience for it. And now in comes the second one, which we'll just keep spamming. I mean, we still got 19 health. Nothing. Sorry guys, just kind of slipped there. That's why my voice. This chair, the chair legs on it actually are broken. So sometimes if you sit on it in a wrong way, the legs kind of spread apart, and they end up flipping you backwards. So the chair is literally falling out from under me. Even the chair is done with this part 3. It's saying it's time to go. You've talked and rambled and bored everyone with your personal life long enough. So now we've killed the second Bellsprout. So now there's 1 left, and that should get us to level 8. I have enough Poison Stings, I'm sure, and I'm sure that this Bellsprout, like the others, can't do much other than bind with me for 1 hit point of damage. And there we go. At the halfway mark. Me too, apparently. It took 3 Bellsprouts to do it, but I'm now at the halfway mark. And just 1 more, and I should get that. That should be plenty to get to level 8. I'm actually more than confident that's enough experience, which it is. Get to level 8. now I have a Weedle, or sorry, my buddy Scott here, the Kakuna, is a level 8. So now I'll switch out into my Zubat once again. It's that way. I don't want to be going that way. I want to go up. I think there's an item if I'm remembering right. I could not be. And here's a level 5 Ghastly to get in my way. Which I can't really do much to. I really can't hit this thing very much. I might just have to run away because Razor Leaf won't hit it for very much. I think I'm just gonna run. These Ghastlies aren't gonna be a good source of. And there is an item up here. I'm glad. X Defend. I don't ever really use those. And here we have another trainer who seems to like poetry, by the sounds of that. And go figure, in Sprout Tower, one of the sages in Sprout Tower is using a Bellsprout. So right off the bat, we're going to Supersonic it. It missed. That sucks. We're already down to yellow. He's already got us on the ropes. It's getting pretty intense now at 1 damage point a round. Finally, I hit with the Supersonic. I hope it stays confused for a good long while and hurts itself all to hell. Which is good because I only have 2 Leech Life left. Plus 2 Supersonics. So I'm hoping to be able to kill this one Bellsprout. That's all I want to get rid of. Just this one and then I'll switch. Of course, it didn't work. So my only bet is to kill it with hurting itself in confusion now. I did get the critical hit, so it only needs to hit itself one more time. And it did, and there goes down the Bellsprout. Alucard gets his 54 experience. He also is going to split this with somebody else. I'm thinking Bianca. I haven't seen Bianca do anything in a little while. Let's get Bianca to level 10 while we're in here as well. So now we quick attack it. It Vine Whips us for 3 damage. No big deal. And we quick attack one more time. Get rid of the Bellsprout. They split it, 27 apiece, not bad. And this should be enough to get Bianca to level 10, because that means it'll be 50 odd experience. 54, I think. From this Bellsprout. 54, yep. And now Bianca is level 10 as well as Littlefoot. The others are 8 and 7. We're doing quite well, I think. I'm kind of happy with how this is going. So now this is the end part, but we have a few trainers left to battle. I'm not sure if I'm going to actually battle them or if I'm going to. Well, of course I'm going to battle them, but I might get myself out of the tower because Zubat here, Alucard, has no PP left. I'd like for him to get a few more levels. That would be nice. It would be very nice. So I think we're just going to end the video here. We've basically run the 40 minutes ish, I think, that I'm trying to keep these videos around. So thanks so much for watching. I'm sorry that it was my voice is a little monotone tonight. I was a little lame and just not as enthusiastic. As previously explained, I won't bore you guys once again with the details if you made it this far. If you didn't, well, you're not going to be hearing it anyways. So, no big deal there. So, anyway, please like, subscribe, and comment, or whatever else you would like to do. Send me a message. I don't know, what more can you do on YouTube these days? I'm not sure. I'm usually not one for special or extra features on things. I just use things what they're generally used for. So, rather than delving in. So, but anyways, see, once again, rambling even in the closing. See, I really got to make sure I get my proper sleep. Yeah, so anyways, thank you so much if you made it this far, and now I'm repeating myself. I don't know. I think we'll just end the video, guys, because otherwise I'm just going to keep rambling and keep repeating myself. So please keep watching. Stay tuned for part 4, where I promise we will be done Sprout Tower, we will be done the grind, and we will go fight our first gym battle in the Pokemon Silver Nuzlocke challenge. So yeah, stay tuned for that, and we'll see you next time.